For 8 years during Barack Obama's time in office, his predecessor, George W. Bush, was really quiet. Well, he painted a lot. Remember this one he did of the dogs? Don't they look like goats? Well, and W gave speeches, and he wrote an autobiography. He did a lot of great charity appearances for the military, but he refused to utter even the tamest of criticism as Obama was taking a wrecking ball to America's domestic and foreign policy. Like, think about it. When the Obama administration upended our health care system, Bush said nothing. When Obama rammed through bloated stimulus bills and exploded our debt, Bush was mum. When horror stories of neglect at the VA surfaced, total silence. When the Obama administration abandoned our men in Benghazi and then sent Susan Rice out to lie about the attack, well, the cat had W's tongue. And when Obama threatened religious liberty with his contraception mandate, crickets. When he was asked to comment about Obama policies, this was Bush's customary response.
I don't think it's good for the country to have a former president undermine a current president. I think it's bad for the presidency, for that matter.
But since Trump was elected, George W. Bush seems willing and eager to spout off. Although he doesn't mention Trump by name, he might as well. And not only is he criticizing our 45th president, he's now doing so on foreign soil. That's nice. Today in Dubai, where else? He criticized Trump for ending the DACA policy, claiming there are people willing to do jobs that Americans won't do. Americans don't want to pick cotton at 105 degrees. But there are people who want to put food on their families' tables and are willing to do that. We ought to say thank you and welcome them. Okay, I'm not Will Ferrell, but give me a break. Now, Hillary Clinton couldn't have said it better herself. Bush tried this routine back in 2007. His amnesty with a side of border security, it didn't work then, and it certainly is not going to work in the era of Trump. But Bush didn't stop at needling Trump about immigration. He also offered this trenchant insight on Russia's election interference.
Then one other thing about Putin. He's not, I would have said a couple of years ago, he's not a direct threat to the homeland except for the elections. And it's problematic that a foreign nation is involved in our election system, because democracy is really only as good as the people trust the results. And, you know, there's pretty clear evidence that the Russians meddled.
Was that recorded on an old Barbie tape recorder? What was that? Look, if I were George W. Bush, I wouldn't be so quick to bring up Russian meddling. I kind of recall, remember he was at the ranch in Crawford? He was pretty cozy with Putin when he came to the visit in Texas. Remember he looked into Vlad's eyes, and I think he saw his soul, as I recall. So it was okay to try to work with Russia back then, but not now, right? Well, I say this about looking into Putin's soul. How did Bush so badly misjudge Vladimir Putin? Look, let's face it. Bush is repulsed by Donald Trump because, number one, the Bushes are globalists. Trump's more of an economic nationalist. And number two, Trump's election was a repudiation of both the Bushes and the Clintons. And also, of course, W is still smarting from Trump's trouncing his baby brother, Jeb, in the primaries.
Poor Jeb. He's doing another commercial on me, this guy. He's a maniac. This poor guy, I feel sorry. He's like a lost soul. You know, this poor, pathetic, low-energy guy. Am I talking or are you talking, Jeb?
I'm talking right now. I'm talking.
You can go back. You're not talking. You interrupted me,
September 30th,
Jeb. Are you going to apologize, Jeb? No.
A little of your own medicine there.
I know you're trying to build up your energy, Jeb, but it's not working.
Oh, my God, that was so funny. So it's to be expected. Come on, that was brutal. That the Bushes would return to their natural habitat after all these years, places where no one questions international trade deals or the massive flood of humanity into our country. But it's painfully obvious that the Bushes were never comfortable with conservatives of the Reagan, Buchanan, Gingrich, or certainly not the Trump variety. They are comfortable, however, well, cozying up to the Obamas or hanging out with the Clintons.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but
President Bush
they told me to use some big words.
used properly.
Yeah.
So President Bush,
this is the point where I reach in my back pocket to make sure my billfold's still there. I don't know any big words. I'm just a
That's sweet. Well, that's nice. It brings back such great memories. Well, look, let's get back to the proposition we put out at the beginning of the show. Why is George W. Bush suddenly so vocal? We're going to talk about successive presidents. Well, I think it might have something to do with the economy taking off, of course, the current market correction notwithstanding. 70% of registered voters in a new Quinnipiac poll say the economy is excellent or good under Trump. That same poll found that Trump's approval ratings are up to 40%. And an Economist YouGov survey has them at 45%. And then you throw in the incredible State of the Union, the unraveling of this ridiculous Russian investigation. We're going to get into more of that with Dershowitz and Starr. And the elites like the Bushes probably feel that now they need to respond. The stuff Trump's doing is actually working. The president should wear the tired Bush critiques as a badge of honor. Trump is doing what previous administrations were unwilling or unable to do. And President Bush himself should know by now. Come on, there's no constituency for perpetual military intervention, open borders, and totally unpoliced international trade deals. Mr. President, George W. Bush, your brother ran on that platform, and the people chose Trump. And that's the angle.